Good evening, my name is Garrett, and welcome to The Last Call. Tonight's final drink is from Chicken Cock. This is Island Rooster, Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey, finished in rum barrels, coming in at a 47.5% ABV. No official age statement on the bottle. Now, we've all been into liquor stores and we've seen this bottle on the shelf most likely. And we all ask the same question. Is it any good? Now, I'll be honest, they pull a high price point, especially here in Indiana, for Chicken Cock products. And this is no slouch in that price point range. But essentially, the little information we do know is that this is a sourced Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey that's been finished for about 6 months in a rum barrel. And according to Chicken Cock, there was only 25 barrels of this that were created, so you can do the math on how many bottles could be out there in the wild on this release. I do like the little tin cap top to it. It's kind of fun. Tin Cup does this as well. I don't know necessarily if it's supposed to be maybe just drank out of like a shot glass or something. Don't know. It's cool little fiddly bits, nonetheless. As always, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hang around for a bit, become a member if you'd like. If you're interested in some of their other products, if I ever get the chance to review them, they'll be linked up above and down below. Until then, I'll be putting some other rum barrel finished rye whiskeys there, so you can check those out. So I want to give a big shout out to Rich over at Holly's Package Store, located in Greentown, Indiana. He's actually the reason we have this sample to talk about today. Their Facebook page is down in the description area, so go show them some love. But great store to visit, awesome staff, really solid pricing with a really great selection for an Indiana location. High props to him. Definitely, if anything, if you're in those areas around there, go visit him, drop in, say hi, and check out some of his bottles. Gorgeously dark color. It's beautiful, actually. Almost looks a little syrupy. And again, 6 months in that barrel, so we'll see how that does. But at least on color, pretty solid. Let's go for notes. Oh man, that is a really solid nose. For only 6 months in that rum cask, it shines fairly well. You're getting a bit of that herbal medicinal from the rye, and I didn't mention this at the beginning, but we do know, according to sources, this is a 95.5 rye coming out of Kentucky, but it does give you kind of the MGP 95.5 kind of vibe to things. You're getting a lot of herbal, a lot of medicinal going on. The rum cask is bringing across not only the sweet factors, but that bit of spice as well. That's actually pretty decent. There is a bit of bitterness in there, and it's probably coming from the rum cask, I think. It's got kind of, it's gonna sound bad. It reminds me of Flintstone vitamins, kind of a chalky orange bitterness. Yeah. Now my brain's got that in there. There's no ABV, nothing off on that side of things, but that chalky Flintstone vitamin, that's kind of weird. I know, is it George Dickel that's kind of known for that? Is George Dickel rye 95.5? Hold on. I just Googled it. George Dickel does a 95.5 rye. At least from the article I just saw. So there's a chance this is George Dickel. Because I've never had any, because I've always stayed away from it, besides the Tabasco barreled, because I am always scared of the minerality Flintstone vitamin note people get. And that's what it is. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that on my head. Besides that, the rum spices are there. You get kind of a tropical mango, a little bit of coconut. Overall, just a really solid nose, minus that minerality going on. All right, let's go for taste. Wow, that's actually really solid. There's a lot going on in there. So the beginning of the sip, you're getting a lot of that herbal, medicinal pepperiness from the rye grains. And then the tail end of it has all your rum cask finished flavors, essentially. You're getting a bit more chariness in there. The spices, a little bit of clove and cinnamon showing up. Tropical fruits. Again, I'm getting a bit of mango, papayas, even maybe a little bit in there. The coconut showing up. And then just a nice spice layer from that. And then just a bit of the char from that oak cask with that bit of vanilla and caramel in there too, bringing across almost a creaminess. I'm kind of surprised. I was hopeful with the nose, but the taste, really solid. Second sip here, I'm getting a little bit of that minerality and a tad bit of bitterness. The minerality factor I'm going to assume is George Dickel, and the bitterness I'm going to assume is the bit of rum cask finishing in here. If anything, for 6 months, I feel like it did a good job, but I feel like 8 to 10 probably would have been the sweet spot for this one, personally. I could be wrong. But overall, the rye does what it needs to do. The rum barrel does about 80 to 90% of what I would really want in a rum barrel finished rye, and they play together fairly decently. Yeah, that's a really solid sip. Again, I came in here kind of with low expectations, but it's good. I don't mind that at all. All right, let's talk about market price, because we all know market price is market price. And boy, howdy doody, it's going to vary. So this bottle runs anywhere between, 160 if you're lucky at a Total Wine, all the way up to like $200, $196. Look, I'm going to pull the Band-Aid off this and say this much. It's not worth $200, in my opinion. Do I think it's good? Yeah, I actually don't think it's too bad. $200, that's just almost, I don't even know. I can't even compare what that would be. Now, here in Indiana, I'll be honest, there was a time period that the Angel's Envy rum barrel finished rye was like $120. Nowadays, I see it more in the $80-ish range, and I didn't think that was worth 120 some bucks either. To be honest, if this was closer to $100, I don't think that's a bad price. I wish we knew a little bit more what was going on in the bottle itself, but the flavors that are there are pretty solid. $160 to $200, I don't recommend it at that price point. There's 100 different rum barrel finished ryes out there that I would recommend before this one at that price point. But if you ever see this on sale or around that 100-ish bucks, I don't think it's a bad grab. But again, I still feel like that there's probably a few others out there I'd grab prior to this. But nonetheless, it's not too shabby. I like it. So yeah, there you have it, folks. Chicken Cock Island Rooster. If you have any questions about the bottle itself, let me know down in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer it. And if you have any specific spirits I should go looking for, also let me know down below. Love doing these reviews and sharing with you the experience at home. And as always, may your last drink of the night be the best one.
You know, I even like it might not.